On this Independence Day, more than any in my lifetime, I think it is important that we all, myself included, be reminded of some of the things that are great about this country, not making this country a great again, what is already great. And the thing that is great about this country is the thing that we seem to be the most afraid of, our diversity. From the beginning, America has been a hodgepodge of sundry and diverging groups. 200-300 years ago, and even last week, it was the best and the brightest that came here. It was the adventurers, the free thinkers, the risk takers that came here. It was the debtors, the ne'er-do-wells, looking to start over. It was the extremists, the fanatics, the radicals, the persecuted, and the prospectors that long for the salvation of a new beginning. It was the draft dodgers, the exiled intellectuals, the starving, the industrious. And they came from all over the world and spoke many different languages. At one point, we nearly adopted German as our national language. In 1776, there were 2.5 million non-native people in what is now known as the United States. And no nationality held a clear majority. There were more nationalities and religions living in one place in the United States than anywhere else in the world. 20% were of African descent, more than from any single country in Europe. At one point, it could be argued that the 18th century version of Swahili was the most spoken tongue in the Western Hemisphere. And granted, they did not come here willingly. And it is one of our greatest shames that it has taken us so long to recognize the contributions that they had to offer. And the same could be said of those that we have most mistreated, the Native Americans, the Chinese, and the Mexicans. Our greatest achievements have been at the behest of the newcomer, the outcast, the refugee. It was the newcomer, the outcast, the refugee, that put his body on the line against the armed private militia in an effort to give us the 8-hour day. It was the newcomer, the outcast, the refugee, that swelled the ranks of the Union Army as we put an end to slavery at the barrel of a gun. We are the only country in human history to do that. It was the immigrant, the outcast, the refugee, that sat in Houston, Texas, and Cape Canaveral as we put a human being on the moon. It takes a great deal of courage and gumption to come to a new land and start over, but once you get here, the one thing you still got is courage and gumption. Even today, it's what makes us great. Even if today, it's what we are most afraid of. Many fear the newcomer. I say, what does the newcomer have to offer? We are all, after all, newcomers. We are so big and so young. Hell, Europeans poke fun at us because we think that 250 years is a long time. Somehow they think 250 miles is a long way. Hell, I'm going to be driving twice that today. Our American trailblazers have conquered great distances with a mule and an axle. And in 1776, on Independence Day, we, a largely impoverished, rural, uneducated, loose collection of villages, were able to defeat the mightiest army on earth with nothing but a wagon load of hunting rifles and declare ourselves free. Only a great and inspired people could do that. And yes, what we have done with that history has not always been pretty. Perhaps if it were pretty, it would surely be that, history. Because, my friends, pretty people don't last. But somehow, prevail we do, which is why on this Independence Day, I choose to celebrate what is great about our country, our diversity.